It's Kelly from paperbeadrollers.com. Now, paper beading is a craft unto its own. I have people who've made thousands and thousands of paper beads, but then they say to me, look, I don't know jewelry making. I don't want to learn the skill set or buy the tools for jewelry making, but I would love to have something to do with all of these beautiful paper beads that I've made. Well, today we are going to do just that. We are going to create some bookmarks that require no stringing or jewelry making skills whatsoever. These are bookmark forms that you can get on Amazon, and I've got a link down in the comments. And you can see here's a completely different version that we've made. And these forms have a flat piece that goes inside the book, this curve at the top that goes over the book spine, and then the pole that holds the different beads. So they're very easy to make. They make wonderful gifts, or if you're a voracious reader like I am, you might want to keep a few of these for yourselves. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to combine paper beads and traditional beads, and also how to vary the shape of your paper beads to create some interesting designs. So let's get rolling.
Here are the tools and supplies you'll need for this project. You'll need one metal bookmark blank. Now you can find these inexpensive blanks on Amazon. There are several different styles. Some are even fancier than these. I'll put a link in the description so you can find them easily. You'll also need an assortment of beads. Now I am going to use a mix of paper beads, traditional beads, and spacers. The beads you choose must have a hole that is at least 1/8 inch to fit on the bookmark. For paper beads, that's the blue roller at paperbeadrollers.com. Now, the listings for these bookmarks on Amazon did not list the diameter of the rod, so I had to figure that out after I purchased them. I will link these particular ones down in the description. Assembly. These bookmarks are very easy to take apart. The rod screws into the ball at either end. So just unscrew it and you're ready to string. I've put together several designs, so we're going to talk through each one. For the first bookmark, I was going for a subtle, calming theme, and so I chose this large, round, hieroglyphic bead I had in my stash, and this large paper bead in brown toned stripes. The light teal and maroon accents on the paper bead match the traditional bead perfectly. This will make a very simple but a very striking bookmark. Great for someone who reads to relax. Since it's just the two large beads, it's super easy to put together. You just slide them onto the rod and secure it tightly. Now the rod is approximately 3 inches long. If you were going to create this paper bead from scratch, what you would do is subtract the width of the traditional bead from that 3 inches and cut the wide part of the paper strip to that measurement. And then you'll end up with a bead that is the right length to take up the rest of the space on this rod. Our second bookmark is one I will be keeping for myself. Now, I purchased these flower beads a while ago because I just fell in love with them. So I decided this is the perfect use for them. I'm pairing them with 4 small white cone beads, a silver ball spacer, and 2 flower beads. Now, these flower beads are very wide, so I'll need to put them against the wide end of the cone bead. Otherwise, the 2 beads kind of nest together. Just need to screw the end back on this one and it is ready for me to use. The third bookmark I've designed is similar in that it's symmetrical with smaller beads. Now you may recognize these beads from an earlier video. These beads were made from handmade cotton rag paper that is hand painted with the Ohm symbol. I'm going to link that video in the comments because this paper was so exquisite and beautiful. It was amazing to work with. Now I have 2 styles of beads here, a barrel bead and a saucer bead. Now you'll see that these barrel beads were made with a larger orange paper bead roller. See how they wobble on the rod? They're quite larger than the rod itself. I could take the time, maybe roll an extra little bead that I can slip inside these large barrel beads to keep them steady on the rod if I wanted to. So if you don't like the movement that they put on this bookmark, you could always, fill in that inside space. I am also using these gold spacer discs as accents to break up that red. It also matches the metallic paint on these beads. And there we go. There's our very pretty red and gold bookmark. Our fourth bookmark design is more playful. It includes zebra and pink glitter beads. These beads are from a kit I sold back when I first opened paperbeadrollers.com. I was thinking about bringing some kits back, but I'm wondering what you think of them. Would you like to purchase kits with like full paper bead projects? Let me know in the comments, and if I get enough interest, maybe we'll put out some kits for you. So I decided to make the pink glitter bead the focal point on this bookmark and use the silver ball spacer beads to frame it. These kind of correlate with these black balls that are on the ends that actually are part of the bookmark blank, and it balances everything out very nicely. Now the last bookmark is another very simple design with some large traditional beads as the focal point. For this, I chose paper beads that have just a dash of that same pink shade, but they also have this pretty orange and teal to bring some whimsical color into the bookmark. Now, I originally designed this bookmark with the wide ends of the beads to the center, but I decided turning them around gave the bookmark a more pleasing, like flowy kind of shape. In fact, they almost give me the impression of wings. I don't know, maybe that's just my very active imagination. I just really liked it better this way. It's good to lay out some different patterns and try some different things. These are so easy to put together and take apart that you can play with it right on the rod. You don't even have to have a bead board. One thing I've learned from getting to know the Paper Bead Artists and the Paper Bead Fanatics Facebook group is that a lot of us make beads with no plan as to how we're going to use them. The making of the beads is the point, right? So I made this video to show you that you can take those beautiful beads and just put them together in all different ways. You don't have to have a plan the moment that you make them. So I'd love to see what you make with your stash of beads. Head on over to the Paper Bead Fanatics Facebook group and post some photos of your work. Also be sure to subscribe to this channel on YouTube so you don't miss any of the exciting things coming up with paper beads. Happy rolling!